Hello, Princesses of Christ. Today is day 2 of the Gospel Reflection. And today's Gospel, we are reading the end of John chapter 14. And boy, it's getting tensed here. So let's dive in and let's get deeper into today's Gospel, shall we? We are reading from verse 27 to 31. Okay. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give it to you. Do not let your hearts be troubled or afraid. You heard me tell you, I am going away, and I'll come back to you. If you loved me, you would rejoice that I'm going to the Father, for the Father is greater than I. And now I have told you this before it happens, so that when it happens you may believe. I will no longer speak much with you, for the ruler of the world is coming. He has no power over me, but the world must know that I love the Father, and that I do just as the Father has commanded me. Wow. Pretty intense, I'm gonna say. Okay. So a little background of today's gospel, right? Jesus is with his disciples, and Jesus is explaining the events that are going to happen to him. And you probably know the events like Judas' betrayal, the arrest, the crucifixion, and then the resurrection of Jesus, right? And what is so crazy to me is, like, Jesus is saying all these events to the disciples, and the disciples are not understanding it, right? But, like, he is saying it so accurately, and then next you know, the disciples are witnessing Jesus going through all these events, and they're like, it's like a mind-blown thing. Like, they're like, whoa, like, Jesus told us this in advance, and now this is happening right in front of us, you know? And to me, like, it shows that Jesus's words and Jesus's message are true, you know? And that we can trust in Jesus, because anyway, like, it's like whatever he predicted happened, you know? And what I love about Jesus is his confidence, you know? If we read verse 30, I'm going to read it again. I will no longer speak much with you, for the ruler of the world is coming. He has no power over me. So the ruler of the world is Satan. And, you know, Satan is pretty much is going to be involved in the events that Jesus is going through, right? Like Judas's betrayal, like he is influencing and pretty much possessing Judas. That's how this event happened, right? You know, Judas betrayed Jesus, even though he was the disciple of Jesus, right? But Jesus was like, ain't no way, you know, like, he has no power over me, right? Like, I'm here, I'm all the way up here, and he's all the way down there, you know? And Jesus is saying, like, he acts according to his will and to his power, not through Satan's will and his power, you know? And the last verse of the chapter ties to the beginning, ties to yesterday's gospel reflection. So, verse 31, it says, "But the world must know that I love the Father, and that I do just as the Father has commanded me." So that's kind of similar to yesterday's gospel reflection, how we talked about love and obedience. So as I said, if you love Christ, we should be obeying his commands. So this is an example of Jesus. Jesus loves the Father so much that he would do just as the Father commands him to do. And the Father is commanding him to go through these events. And going through these events are the actions that he loves the Lord. And, you know, as he's going through these events, he is fulfilling God's promises. And, you know, seeing that sacrifice is like part of his glorification, and he is bringing salvation to us. And, you know, by submitting to, by his submission to the God's will, like, he is basically explaining, like, his message is true. So, yeah, like, it was pretty intense. To me, it was pretty intense reading this gospel. But, you know, Jesus did what he had to do, you know, and it's so amazing and so powerful, like his love for the Father. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's reflection, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.